gripping, a little box jumps up on your screen. You have to click the word "got it" so that that box will clear out.
That's all you needed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So now you can see me. I hope it's recording. Now I'm going to mute everybody so that there's no distraction, and we'll get going. So we're sitting at the front edge of the chair. Buttock bones plugging down into the chair, down through the chair to the floor. Feel how it's the chair that is connecting you, kind of like your legs connect you when you're standing and walking. Chin slightly down, tip-top crown of head slightly up. Long, smooth breath in the nose, out the nose or the mouth. In the nose, out the nose or the mouth. Let's do this about 10, 12 breaths in, long and smooth. Out long and smooth. Consider the idea of down regulating your nervous system, letting your nervous system settle so that there's less and less extraneous activity and agitation. On the level of the muscles and tissue, try to release any grip or hold. So there's no need to grab onto your shoulders and pick them up and hold them up. There's no need to grab onto the muscles in your torso. If you align everything, it just holds itself up by the integrity of the alignment. About 5 more breaths there. The mind settling and clearing. Now, our first joint mobilization movements. Slide hands back and elbows back, shoulder blades back. Lift your chest and chin. So now a gentle arch. Now do the opposite. Slide the hands forward till the arms are straightened. Hollow the chest back and drop the head. Slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Look up. Slide hands forward. Hollow the chest, round the back, drop your head. And again, hands sliding back, looking up, arching, sliding forward, rounding. One more. Now come back to neutral or vertical upright. Now rotation. Left hand slides forward past the knee. Right hand slide back with the elbow back. So at the same time you do that, turn your shoulders and head to your right and look around behind you. Just get a nice gentle twist. And then we switch. So the right hand comes forward, the left hand and elbow pull back, and we're rotating and turning the whole body to look the other way. And then we switch again. So I've mentioned this many times, but I'll just say it again. A healthy body from the perspective of Tai Chi and Qigong, is a transformable, changeable, movable body, liberated, free movement. And a lot of us aren't experiencing that. Every human being, as we're aging, is losing that slowly unless we do something about it. And so that's where we're starting here, is just re-triggering this movement. Let's come back to middle. So we then feel what it's like to be centered and in the middle, but not from a place of grip. Ideally, we're moving, rounding, arching, then we're twisting and rotating, but coming back to the middle each time, we feel how we're settled and sort of liberated and yet balanced, and we have equilibrium. Let's do the third movement here. Drop your arms alongside you. Now shift the weight to the right butt cheek in your chair. So your left butt cheek is kind of empty. Lean the body, let your head kind of tip over, lift your left wrist, just right here up by your armpit, by your chest. And then we switch sides. So now we're changing all the way over to the left buttock. The left arm goes way down, the right wrist comes way up, the right foot empty, and then we change again. So as again, at a safe level, flirt with disaster. Play with this almost falling out of the chair feeling, but yet don't, and that's you keeping your middle. And then go over this way and see if you can find, how do you keep your middle settled quality, the center of your seesaw, whether you're tipping over to your right, almost gonna fall, or tipping over to your left, almost gonna fall. So what we're cultivating is a feeling of relaxation at the edges of our range, which keeps us centered. Now we're back to middle. Shoulders, shoulder blades sitting on your back connect to your arms. So we move from the shoulder blades and the arms come along for the ride. So shoulder blades go apart from each other, the arms go forward a little bit, then up. And forward, up, back, down, under, forward and up, back and down. We are unpacking this above diaphragm section of the body, which is where a lot of the tension gets held onto. Shoulders, upper back, chest. It's like when you feel like you're scared to fall, people tend to get their hands ready and they're like this. And so they're creating all this tension. We want to clear that out so that we're empty up top. Now reverse the shoulders. Shoulder blades go back. They stay back as they come up. They stay up as they go over the top and forward. And then they stay forward, come down, under, back, up, over. So that's a saying in Tai Chi: top empty, bottom full. So we want to allow this cleaning out of what's up top and understand that what happens is it allows for a settling or a connecting down to the ground through our legs, rather than for a lot of people, it's kind of like we're walking around on wooden peg legs, stilts, stiffly above the ground. Whereas when we relax now, we actually allow, like we're plugging in to the earth. So now here we are. Bend the elbows. Let's clear out just another layer. Elbows out, up, elbows down. Elbows around and in and squeeze. Down, out and up, way up, and down. Around and squeeze. Next exercise, elbows back, straight back, squish all the back muscles around the shoulders and shoulder blades. Then down, forward, up. This one can be tough, but over time you want to be able to open it so your elbows can get all the way up. Forward, down, back, down, forward, up, forward, down. And then the last one, this little set, elbows out, left hand above, right hand below, cross, wrap around your body, hug your body and crawl your fingers around, squeeze your body. And then relax the squeezing and just feel like a sponge filling up with liquid, sort of buoyancy out. Then right hand above, left hand below, squeeze. So this is all preparatory exercise. Let's bring elbows down, arms down, and just relax. And just take a couple of breaths and feel the opportunity to have addition by subtraction in terms of what's going on up here. Maybe we started class kind of tense. Again, maybe it was cold or whatever it is, or we're just naturally there. But ideally we feel, oh, I'm a little freer, a little looser, a little lighter, a little less gripped, right? Now lower body, sit back in your chair a little bit further. Let's bring right leg, knee up, foot pulled in, and then we're pushing leg away, returning, knee up, set foot down. Bring that knee up, foot drawn in, push, knee, down, knee, push, in, down. This is folded, unfolded, refolded, down. Now on this one, put your foot out there. We go point, flex, a couple times. Free movement is not grabbed, it's released. So that's a Tai Chi idea, is that we're actually releasing through movement. Let's go foot tilt in and out. Let's go evert, invert. So it's this little simple tilt of the foot. And then we circle in, around, and out. Out, around, and in. Switch. Extend your left foot, point and flex. Loosening. In a way, we're separating the foot from the lower leg, as opposed to having it all be jammed together. We want to create a separation. Tilt in and out. And circle. Reverse that circle. And down. Scoot forward once again, all the way to that front edge of your chair. Then we got our feet on the floor. Step your feet just a little wider apart than hip distance. Lift your toes, turn on the heels. So this kind of funny position, knees are in, toes are in, and the groin area, the crease right alongside the pelvic, pubic area, legs, it's called the quad. Closed quad, and then open quad. Lift your toes, open, and feel that space right through there that we want to open, and then close it. Close, open, close, open. So a lot of times this space is just gripped, held, right? Because we're having trouble balancing, and so we're just holding on to what's going on right at this general relationship. But what we need for better balance is freedom, looseness, a lack of tension, so that we can actually plug into the earth. Come back to neutral, legs back to about hip distance, hands on your legs here. Now the legs don't move, but the pelvis folds. So now we're just hinging the pelvis at the hip joint, and then coming back to vertical, and then leaning back just a bit from the hips, and then sitting upright and from the hips, folding and upright, leaning back. And this is a good one to show a couple different things, but one of them is the power, the impact of moving correctly. So if I correctly move from this hip joint, pelvis, I'm creating a huge change in my upper body's relationship to gravity, to space. But biomechanically speaking, it's a pretty simple ask. I'm just saying, hey, pelvis and legs, close your degree relationship. Okay, pelvis and legs, open that. So I'm not having to do anything with my arms, my chest, my shoulders, my head, even though I'm creating a big change, but it's a simple internal mechanism. So that's what we're really looking for in Tai Chi. And now we apply that in standing up. So arms are loose and relaxed, like we took time to do. Legs ideally are relaxed and open. We slide the feet back a little bit. Now from here, fold at the hips. So just fold at the hips. Then, like you're spilling water, pour your body weight out of the chair, down the legs, down to the floor through your feet, and then push through the feet and just let your body stay totally relaxed and easy. So are you holding your shoulders? Let them go. Let your shoulders relax. Just let yourself stand there and feel how if you relax, there's a grounding or a rooting that happens that is usually sort of against our initial reaction. We kind of tense up and get ready to, uh-oh, what if I fall? But that gets in the way of us actually feeling connected to the earth. So like, don't hold your arms back behind you. Baljit, I think that's what you're doing there. You're holding onto your arms. Yeah, just make sure you're letting them hang right by your sides, right? Because sometimes we do this, we squeeze in, or we do something like this, or people grab on. We do things instead of relaxing. So just see if you can get that feeling. Now to sit down from that same relationship in the hips, stick your butt back. We're just going to do this portion a couple of times. So I didn't bend my knees. All I did was fold the hips back and then stand back vertical. Stick your butt behind you like you're trying to butt bump the wall or someone behind you. Notice how the hips get behind the ankles and the head and shoulders are in front of the ankles. And then I bring these hips under and my head and shoulders and everything just line back up naturally. And that's kind of effortless. That's what we want to feel. Stick the butt back. You don't have to work. This is like relaxing through movement. Let your arms hang. Let them hang. Yeah, there you go. And back up. Now, butt back, and we're going to sit down, but keep the butt back and the shoulders and hands forward and sink, sink, sink. You can reach back, find your chair, make sure it's there, but try to land your tush on the chair and then sit back upright and feel how your body weight is now going down through the chair. Your feet are empty, right? We can do this with our feet. So it tells us we're not using our legs to ground to the earth. We're using the chair, okay? Now we want to pour out of the chair through the legs and connect to the earth through the legs. Then push up, but stay connected down through your legs. And stick your butt back and sink. Stay connected through your legs until your butt finds the chair and then sit back. And if your chair is too low, sometimes that can be a problem with this exercise. So you want a chair that's appropriate height. But other than that, this is one of the most important exercises. Pour out of the chair, come all the way up, and then stay connected through your legs as you push your butt back, sink. So this is obviously valuable knowledge, how to stand up, how to sit down. The other thing this same body mechanics give us, if I drop my pen on the ground, my pen is on the ground, I walk over close to it. Now, don't sit in your chair but squat as if. And notice here, you can get down to the floor and pick up whatever's on the floor and then push through the earth and stand back up, and you got it in your hands. So I didn't sit in my chair. So this is our Tai Chi squat. I'm sitting as if I'm going to sit in my chair, but I don't. And I just come right back up to standing. So a lot of times we think of squatting and sitting down as two different events. They're the same. So we're doing the same thing. Sitting the butt back, sinking low, getting down to our toes, getting down to the floor, and then we're coming back up. And the main emphasis here is that you do it without work, without effort. You do it by relaxing, folding, relaxing, 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 hanging, melted body, soft and relaxed, and then push down to come up, but stay relaxed. All right, here we are standing. Come over to your chair, turn to face it, fingertips near the chair. So you can keep your fingertips on the chair, or some of you have been practicing a while, you might play with no hands at some point. But we're rocking into the toes and lifting the heels. And then coming down, rocking back to the heels and try to lift your toes. Try to pull the toes up off the ground. And then rock forward and lift your heels. And then down. This is a very important exercise for flexibility and strength of the calf muscle, shin muscle, ankle and feet muscles, but as well, this understanding that balance isn't about even where on your foot you're touching the ground, because you can find balance in your toes. You can find balance even if you were back on your heels a little bit. So balance is not stuck in place. It's dynamic, it's changing. And then we pause. Now, walk your feet back, hands on your chair, and just watch me do this, and then you can do it unless you know what I'm doing. Butt back, right? So as I do that, you can see I'm folding, I'm stretching my back, stretching the back of the legs. So it's basically downward dog. So again, from here, we're walking, 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 and then the hands are supported by the chair, but way back, stretch. Just, you're hanging out, you're letting the tissue open, breathing. Last 2 breaths here. And then lift the chest. Walk back forward. Stand up tall and relax your body so your body weight goes down through you to the earth. And then turn and face forward again. And back up from your chair. So your chair is to the right and in front of you and to the right. Now, option 1, try with no hand, but you got the chair if you need it. So now change your weight to your left leg. Lift your right heel and try to get to the very tip of the shoe. Then put that whole foot back down. Change the weight to the right leg. Lift the left heel, get to the very tip of that shoe. Upper body empty, relax, down through the leg, then put that foot back down. So as we change weight, what we're looking for is a releasing down to the earth. Then once the right foot is empty, get to the tip of the shoe, and then put the foot back down, and then releasing, pouring the liquid down through your right leg. Once you're connected to the ground, left foot is empty, it has some freedom, right? Foot back down. So this is level 1. Let's do a couple more. Change, lift, lower, change, Wait until you truly connect on one side, and then you lift and lower. The saying in Tai Chi is 1 full produces 3 empty. 1 and 2 empty, but also 3 empty. And then other full to produce empty. Stepping a foot that isn't empty is like rolling the dice in terms of, are you going to fall or are you not going to fall? But when you create this change, you actually know you won't fall because you have your root. Now, level 2, you might need hand on chair for this. As you empty this left foot, then disconnect it from the floor, reconnect it without falling into it, and then change the weight. Once your right foot is empty, get to the tippy toe, then lift, put it back down, change again. The weight goes down through the right leg, lift, lower, change. Now, those of you that have been practicing a while, what you end up feeling is the more relaxed you are, the swifter you change the weight, and the easier the movement becomes. So when we soften everything out of the way, then our movement can return to being sort of naturally, you could say fast. I don't want people to rush, but the idea is as I go, then I can lift this foot pretty quickly, you might say, but it's very different than if I was tense and trying to rush it. So we're relaxing our way to arrive at swiftness someday. Now, level 3, we just simply go higher with this lifted leg. So we're testing, can we truly get full, empty, empty? Then that leg goes down. This is very important. When that leg goes down, I stay tall, I stay long, and then change. Leg comes up. Then when it goes down, don't lose any of that integrity. Don't lose any of that uprightness. And then change. So we want the freedom of that leg to come all the way up, all the way down, and use your chair for safety as needed. But you can see the more I connect correctly to the earth, so this is what allows for this. But a lot of times we get caught up in the lifting leg and we forget to attend to the trunk of the tree, the roots of the tree. Last one. All right. Now, next exercise, starting at level 1. Put the weight in your left leg. Right foot out in front. So notice I haven't stepped very far. I've put the heel on the ground and the toe is up. So here we are. Now the primary direction when I'm moving forward, you might think the direction is forward, but it's actually down. So I shift into that right foot and I make sure I'm connecting down. And then when I'm shifting backwards, you might think it's back, but it's down. And then it's down. And it's down. Down. Upper body relaxed, right? Totally free someday to do all kinds of Tai Chi stuff when we relaxed it and realized, oh, it's just connect to the earth. Connect to the earth. Don't fight the earth, connect to it. Don't be afraid of it, even though if you fall, it does hurt and can be very damaging. But that fear of falling can't get in the way of us realizing the earth and our connection to it is what gives us our uprightness, our balance, our buoyancy, right? So it's about being relaxed and still and precise. Now, level 2, hand on chair as needed. Disconnect your right foot. Notice I'm lifting from this hip. So my leg is relaxed. Lift, lower, shift. Now, once my back foot is empty, I do a little flamingo. Bend the knee, bring the heel up. So I'm in one leg, touch the toe down, shift back. Right leg, lift, lower, shift. Primary direction down allows for the freedom of this back foot to lift. Touch, shift, lift, lower, shift, heel, toe, shift, leg, down, shift, heel, toe, shift. And then finally, level 3, knee up, heel down, shift. Once I've got this full, then it's knee forward and up, toe back, then shift. Down creates the freedom of up, then shift. The down creates this freedom to go forward and up, back, shift. Again, down creates up, in that order, right? We have to emphasize the down to allow for the up. And as simple as it is to say that, it is in fact often an epiphany, an ever increasing, ever expanding realization and epiphany, even for me as I've practiced for many, many years now, the application of that, the actual truth of, oh, if I just get out of the way and relax, then this is totally free. So just really emphasize that idea of down. Stay connected with the earth. Stay down. Let's change sides. So side step, shift safely over. Now you got this side. Change your weight to your right leg, left foot empty, put the heel out. So again, small stance, nothing overly extended, and primary direction down. Get to the tip of the shoe of your back foot so you feel full empty, and then change. Now this is full, this is empty. Master this change. One full, one empty. Other full, other empty. Master that with zero extraneous movement elsewhere in the body. And now you've really got the essential skill of getting around space, moving. Level 2. Lift, lower, down through. Heel to butt, toe down, down and through. Lift, lower, down and through. Down and through. Down to the earth allows the freedom of that lifting foot. Now, left knee up, and again, use your chair as needed. Foot down, change. Once your back leg is empty, that knee comes forward and up like you're stepping up over a big curb, and then you bring it back, change. This foot comes all the way up and all the way down without any body weight transfer. Then the body weight transfer happens. This comes not only forward, but also behind you and find the floor without any body weight transfer. Then you body weight transfer. Up, down, transfer weight. Up and back. That's usually a tricky one. Transfer the weight. Last one. Up, down, transfer. Forward and up, back, transfer. Bring your left foot back, side step back to the first side. Chair is here if you need it. Change the weight to the left leg, right foot out in front. Same setup. Now we go to this next exercise. Change your weight to your right leg. Once your left foot is empty, let it swing forward out in front, right? So we swung it forward. Now we shift into that leg. Now you're on the tippy toe of this right foot. Now shift into that right leg. Left foot is empty. Swing it behind you. Find the floor and shift. So we're taking basically one full step forward. So it's shift. When the foot's empty, easy step. Shift again. So we're getting multiple changes of full and empty. Now we're going right full, left empty. Step the empty. Left full, right empty. And we do it again. Casual. Just shift, step, shift. And notice I'm not lifting my knee up. I'm not doing anything crazy, which is important. It's the most minimal maneuver. This is how we walk when we're just walking around our space. We don't step over things. We're going to practice that. But this is the most important one that we just easy. It's very simple. One more. Shift. Wait until it's empty. Step it empty. Shift. Shift back. And remember, what's the primary direction? Down. Down. Level 2, chair there as needed. Lift. Lower. Shift. Now we step over something. Pick up that foot. Step over. Shift. We flamingo. Bring this foot up. Toe down. Shift. Now this can be a little tricky. Up. Tuck. Reach. Then shift. Lift. Lower. Shift. Primary direction down, 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 down. I stay down. That's what allows this up and over. Then I down. Then I'm going to pick up this right foot, put the toe down, shift. Now the down in the right leg allows me to safely, and then down through the left leg. Again, shift, up and over, shift, lift, lower, shift. So this is level 2, just very lightly stepping over something without panicking throughout the body and pulling yourself way up here to fall over. Stay down. Level 3, knee up, down, shift. Now here we go, sort of exaggerated. Heel to butt, knee comes forward and up, foot out, lower that leg softly, and we're shifting. And then we bring this right knee forward and up. Now we go backwards, but remember, primary direction is down. Down. This knee up, tuck, reach, down, up, down, down, heel, knee, foot. The leg goes down, but I don't fall into it. Then I'm changing. Knee up, toe back, down, up, tuck, reach, down. And let's change sides. Bring your right foot next to your left. Empty your left foot, step. Now we're near this chair. Left foot in front, empty. Right, heel touching. Level 1, one step forward. So we shift. When the right foot is empty, step an empty foot. Shift. Shift back. When the right foot is empty, step it back, find the floor with the toe. Shift. And shift. Wait for it to be empty. Step it while it's empty. Shift. Shift back. Step back. Shift back. Shift. Step. Shift. Shift. Step. Shift. Shift. Step. Shift. Shift. Step. Shift. Level 2. Left leg. Lift. Lower. Shift. Now, Right foot, step up and over a small obstacle, shift. Left leg, pick up the foot, put it down, we shift. Now up in front, bend the knee and reach the toe back. Keep your balance down through this front leg and then shift. Lift, lower, down to the earth. When you're really connected, then the freedom of that right foot to do something. And then as I get this now full, this empty, then I can pick the foot up, put it down, no disturbance. Then I change. I'm in this left leg. I can freely do something with that right leg. Then I change down the right leg, lift, lower, shift. The freedom is created by remembering down. And then remembering down. Level 3. Knee up, down, shift. Remember, level 3, you probably use your chair. Step over, shift. So if I'm doing it how I think most people should do it, you see my hand is just kind of hovering near the chair. I'm not leaning on it very much. I'm not falling into it, but it's there kind of the whole time. Psychological support so that I can really practice down, lift, back, and I'm just here with my hand. Right, and that's an intermediary step to eventually feeling like you could relax both your arms. Keeping the zhong-zhang or central upright, connecting down, down, and bring feet back. So now you stay as you are. I'm just changing something here. Okay, so now we are the same. I'm facing same direction as you. Move to your left so that you are at the left side of your space, and then turn so that you're facing across. What we're creating here is a runway. Room to move, right? Now, level 1, walking, empty your left foot, put your left foot out in front. The chairs are there if you need them, or you can practice no hands, but be careful, right? So now we're shifting. Once the left leg has that body weight, right foot is empty, then we step. And then shifting. Once the left foot is empty, we step. Notice the left foot is empty this whole time. Shift. So I'm not slamming into my leg as I'm walking. I'm stepping it safely and then changing into it. Changing into it. So at no point am I not rooted, meaning I'm always rooted. So here we are. Now be careful going backwards, but we change. This leg now has me connected to the earth. This one is not being used, so I can step it back and touch the toe lightly. Then I shift, and I make sure my left leg connects me to the earth. Then I step that floating right empty foot, and then I shift. Then the left foot, step, but it's empty, shift. Right foot empty, shift. Left foot, shift. Let's do that again. So this is walking. This is just casual, going through the supermarket walking, but you got to pay attention to the subtle biomechanics of empty, full, empty, full. And then we go backwards, changing. Primary direction is down, down to the earth, and then other leg, down to the earth. So how is it that we're moving forwards and backwards with the emphasis on down? It's just the way the body's built. So it's kind of like our feet are like wheels, and we're using our wheels. Our legs are like wheels, and we're just cruising. And you want to do it in such a way that eventually you could put a teacup on the top of your head You could put a teacup on the top of your head and you wouldn't even disturb it because you're just hanging out, easy, central equilibrium intact. Just casual, casual, casual. Right? So this is your like level 1, how to get from here to the bathroom safely. That idea, right? And we're just gonna stick with level 1 on that walk for today. Let's turn now and face forward. We're still to the left side of our space. The weight goes through the left leg, right foot empty. Now step your right foot out to the right and then back in. Now what you really want to notice is that as I step this out and in, I don't put my weight into that leg and then bring it back. My weight stays through the left leg and my right foot steps freely, right? So that's again how Tai Chi creates swift movement, is because I'm not like this, I'm relaxed and settled, and now this is free, right? That's free to step because of this leg's connection to the earth. Okay, now that foot out, change the weight to this leg being full. Feel how this one is not being used as much, and then change back. We're opening, remember that quad that I was talking about, the pelvic groin hip relationship. Moving across, we're opening this quad, closing this one, and then we're closing this and opening this. So we're finding internal real estate that if I'm stuck and stiff, I don't have that real estate. So I'm walking around like I've got peg legs, versus you train Tai Chi. Now you have interior space to make these changes and you're connected to the ground the whole time. Now change your weight to your right leg, left foot empty. In, back out. In and out. And remember, qua, open, close. Open, close. And if it's empty, it can move. If it's empty, it can move. If my weight is in it, I'm working too hard. But if I do it right, easy. Now, bring the left foot in. Very important, this exercise. Feet together or very close to it. This is not a great balanced position for people. Feet too close together. But we want to find, now I've gone down through this leg. This foot's empty. Now I'm going down through this right leg. This foot's empty. So we've taken away our lateral room to move, and it forces us to find down to the earth, right? Down. Do this a few times. You don't have to lift the foot. And in fact, I don't want you to lift the foot. I want you to find that there's this mechanism right about the belly, lower back, and groin. This is the mechanism of Tai Chi. This area right in here is where we need to find movement again, to thaw it out, where it's become stuck and frozen and gummed up. So this practice right here, just changing, changing. We're turning this engine, moving these sort of axles and gears here. Now let's sidestep. So weight into your left leg, right foot free, steps. Change the weight. So we're just using all the little techniques we just practiced to move sideways. Left foot in, feet together, change so the weight goes through the left leg. Sidestep, notice it's empty, change. Once the left foot's empty, bring it in, change. Step without shifting, shift without stepping, step without shifting, shift without stepping. And we'll go back. Step without shifting, shift. And remember, always be thinking this term song, or soft and supple. Usually we're coming to the practice in a state of tension, muscle resistance, effort, subconscious tension, unconscious tension. fear, caution, all these things are going on. And over time, you melt it out of your system and relax. And then you can move again. Just kind of change in the weight. Change in the weight. Change. Step. Change. Step. Let's do that again. There and back. So before we do, I'm just going to mimic. So I got over here faster than when I was doing it the right way, but this is training the wrong thing. If I walk around, I mean, this is an exaggerated version of what happens when we get stiff. But if I have one thing happen, like the curb is just a little bit tilted, or I stumble on one little rock and I'm this stiff, I'm going down. I'm going down like a tree falling. So what we're really practicing is loose, loose, soft and light. Soft, supple, and light is adaptable, is responsive. It means you can deal with something that happens that you weren't quite ready for. The stiffer we are, we have zero room to adapt. So hang those arms, let those arms be loose. No need to grab on, right? Let the weight get to the earth. Feel that support of the earth. Feel the support of the earth. And then you come to rely on, oh, I don't have to fear the ground. I get to use the ground. And it's similar to, and I think of this with regards to our electrical system, our nervous system, which is where with Parkinson's, that's where a huge piece of the attack is happening, right? Is the nerves, the nervous system. And so this ability to ground your wires down, ground your electrical system down, parasympathetic relaxation down while moving. So essentially you're just taking a nap, you're resting, you're at ease, and yet you're able to move around your space with more efficiency, more skill. Okay, now finally, let's come between the chairs. So you got your little frame here for balance. You're right in the middle of the chair, so you got support on either side. Take the weight through your left leg, right foot is empty. Now turn the right leg out, pointing the toes and the knee to the right somewhat. Then come back to neutral. Then turn the toes in, the heel out, and notice the hips turn a little bit in that direction. And then we're back to neutral. Turn the foot and toes and knee out, and let the body and pelvis turn a little to the right. And then neutral. And then turn in. And then neutral. Turn out. Now let's skip the middle, or skip neutral, and just go from out to in. Out and in. And really notice, if you're doing this right, it's because the left leg is doing all the support work, and then everything else is light, nimble, free. And let's come back to neutral, change. Weight goes through the right leg. Left foot is free to turn out, neutral, in. Neutral, out, neutral, in. Learn to rely on that one full leg. Let it be your support. Feel the grounded support from the earth. And then let's skip the neutral and just turn internal, external, internal, external, internal, external, and neutral. Now change the weight. Right leg, turn out. Change the weight into the right leg. Turn your body to face the right side and bring your left foot next to your right foot. So we've just done a quarter turn to the right. Let's do that again. Empty the right foot, turn it out, and then shift into your right leg, and you do another quarter turn, so you're about 180 degrees maybe from where you just were. Do it again. Right foot empties by filling up left foot, and then turn the foot out, and then shift and turn, and now you're another 90 degrees. And then let's finish it and come all the way back to where we started. Right foot empty, turn it out, shift and turn, and we're facing forward again. Let's go around a second time. Right foot out, shift, turn, reorient. Right foot empty, turns out, shift and turn and reorient. Turn right foot out, shift and turn. Empty the right foot, turn it out, shift and turn. And then finally, let's go the other way. Left foot empty, turns out. Shifting, turning, reorient to the left. Left foot empties again, turns out. Shifting, turning, reorient. Left foot empties. That's what happens first. Then it's free to turn out with no problem. Then you shift and turn. Left foot turns out. Shift and turn. Go around a second time. And see if you can just feel so at ease. That's what you want over time, is just drop out any activity in the nervous system. Of course, we want to keep our equilibrium, our central integrity, central upright. But we don't want to grab on for dear life. We want to just realize we can soften and release. All right. Now, facing forward, take your hands together, rub them. Rub the back of one hand. Rub the palms again. Rub the back of the other hand. Rub the palms one more time. And then this is our self-massage sort of reset right at the end. Hands go onto that quad or groin area, either side of the pubic area. Go in and up right along that crease, and then come right into this little sensitive crease here, sort of the pubic leg, groin, inguinal crease. Then go to your hip flexors, which is the thighs, the very top bundle of the nerves and tendons at the very top. Then come around to your sacrum, tailbone, sort of the butt crack area, right? We got butt cheeks right at the top crease there. Then come up from there onto that lumbar, lower back spine. Then remember our Tai Chi squat. The butt goes back a little bit. As you sit the buttocks, slide the hands down the outside of your legs, come around to the inside of the legs, stand back up. The hands sweep up the yin channels, yin and yang, the yin channels to the belly button. We do that again. Qua. Inguinal crease, that little then around sacrum, lumbar, called the Ming Men, or the Gait of Life. And then we do yang channels by sitting the butt, sweeping the hands down the outside, come around to the inside, stand back up, come past the groin to your navel. One more time. Qua. Inguinal, hip flexors, tailbone, sacrum up onto your lower back. And then yang channels, yin channels. And then the final reset, left hand comes up, outer right arm to the shoulder. Turn that right arm palm up, sweep down and off fingertips. Turn right palm down, do it again. Same arm, yang channels, yin channels, yang, yin. So we're resetting the natural flow. Up the outside, turn, down the inside. Now switch arms. Up the outside, turn, down the inside. Up the outer, down the inner. Up, and smooth. And our final gesture, wings, roll over the top and settle down. This is called middle embrace. Notice my hands are in front of my stomach area. Everything is relaxed. And so this emphasis on where is our center, where is our middle. The Taoists, according to them, the most important area is lower back, navel, that height right between those 2 points is our middle, our energetic middle and our center of gravity. So when we're standing in our middle embrace with our knees relaxed, elbows relaxed, shoulders relaxed, what we're allowing for is this organization, this settling and gathering and recharging of the battery, but also of this sort of connecting of all the parts to the central pivot of the body. And then we finally close, taking one hand, center palm, right on top of the navel. It's like putting a cork in a wine barrel and seal over top. And that closes our practice. Now the Taoist bow, just to really finish, grab one thumb, fold over. You see a little sort of yin-yang looking symbol, kind of how those two fish blend in a yin-yang symbol. So we blend our own yin and yang, our own polar energies, and bow. And release. So make sure you know where your chair is, have a seat in your chair, and if you have any questions or comments or epiphanies or anything at all, feel free to share. If not, that's of course totally fine. I know people may have places they got to run to, but you'll have to unmute yourself.
I find